When the night has filled my eyes and I cannot see the way, a quiet light begins to rise, calling me beyond the fear. Every step I thought was lost, every burden that I knew becomes another open gate, leading me back home to truth. Lay down hatred, lay down pride, lay down every place I hide. There is freedom waiting here. The path has always been so near. I take refuge in the Buddha, awakening my heart today. I take refuge in the Dharma, lighting every step I take. I take refuge in the Sangha. Together we become the way. From darkness into boundless light, we rise today. Chasing empty power, no more feeding endless fire. What I sought outside myself has always lived within. The beasts of fear grow calm again. The hunger fades away. The battles of the restless mind become compassion's flame. Every breath, every heartbeat, every soul, every sunrise opens another gate. I take refuge in the Buddha, awakening my heart today. I take refuge in the Dharma, lighting every step I take. I take refuge in the Sangha. Together we become the way. From darkness into boundless light, we rise today. We are more than yesterday, more than every fear we've named. Every kindness plants a seed, every moment helps us see. The path is not somewhere above, it blossoms where we stand. One awakened heart becomes a light for every land. I take refuge in the Buddha, the endless light inside us all. I take refuge in the Dharma, the timeless truth that hears our call. I take refuge in the Sangha. Together we will never fall. From every shadow into the dawn, from every ending a new life is born. Awaken, illuminate. Compassion is our destiny. We rise together, we shine forever. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, one heart, one path, one life. Quand mon cœur troublé se perd, une douce lumière se lève, s'éveille au fond de ma chair. Chaque souffle ouvre un passage, chaque pas me rend maison. Dans le calme je me rappelle que je n'ai jamais été seule. Quand je tombe dans les ténèbres, quand le voile couvre mes yeux, une voix très douce m'appelle. Lève ton cœur, réveille-toi. Je prends refuge en le Bouddha, où la compassion conduit. Je prends refuge en le Dharma, vérité qui ne s'enfuit. Je prends refuge en la Sangha, main dans la main, même chemin. Trois refuges qui me guident toujours, jusqu'à la fin de tout chagrin. Quand la colère est un brasier, que la sagesse éteigne le feu. Quand l'ambition crie pour le pouvoir, que l'amour brille dans mes vœux. Quand j'erre sans but ni étoile, perdu dans le bruit du temps, la pleine présence est ma boussole, me guidant à travers la nuit. Chaque battement est un maître, chaque instant renaît plus clair. La voix ne m'a jamais quitté, elle m'a porté sans relâche. Je prends refuge en le Bouddha, où la compassion conduit. Je prends refuge en le Dharma, vérité qui ne s'enfuit. Je prends refuge en la Sangha, main dans la main, même chemin. Trois refuges qui me guident toujours, jusqu'à la fin de tout chagrin. Au-delà des feux de la haine, au-delà de tout désir fou, au-delà du sommeil d'ignorance, une rive en paix se joue. Plus aucun mur ne nous sépare, plus de cœurs divisés ici. Le refuge vit au fond de nous, cœur et esprit éclaircis. Je prends refuge en le Bouddha, lumière en chaque vivant. Je prends refuge en le Dharma, comme le soleil du levant. Je prends refuge en la Sangha, marchant comme un seul courant. Trois refuges en nous se répandent, plus vivants que tout néant. Bouddha éclaire ma vue, Dharma soutient mon pas, Sangha marche à mon côté. Ici je reste en foi. Trois refuges, un seul cœur vibrant. Trois refuges où tout chemin prend vent. Trois refuges pour toujours nous chantons, ensemble nous éveillons, ensemble nous sommes.
The Three Refuges, a gate to what the Dharma illumines. There are moments in every life when the heart quietly asks, where can I truly rest? We search for security in possessions, achievements, relationships, and even in our own opinions. Yet all of these shift like clouds carried across the open sky. What we cling to today may disappear tomorrow, and what once seemed permanent slowly reveals itself to be changing. The Dharma gently reminds us that true refuge is not found in what changes, but in what awakens. The three refuges, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, are not merely sacred words to be recited. They are living directions for the heart. They are a gate to what the Dharma illumines, because they cleanse the suffering that arises whenever we become lost in fear, confusion, and craving. Each refuge offers a light that gradually dissolves one more layer of darkness within us. To take refuge in the Buddha is to remember that awakening is possible. The Buddha is not simply a historical teacher who walked the earth long ago. The Buddha represents the awakened nature that quietly exists within every living being. Whenever we choose wisdom over impulse, compassion over resentment, or understanding over judgment, we are walking toward that same awakening. We begin to trust that our deepest identity is not our anger, anxiety, or mistakes, but our capacity to awaken beyond them. To take refuge in the Dharma is to trust reality itself. The Dharma is the truth that patiently reveals how suffering arises and how suffering comes to an end. It teaches us that every action plants a seed, every thought shapes the heart, and every moment offers another opportunity to begin again. Rather than resisting life's impermanence, the Dharma teaches us to flow with it. Instead of fighting reality, we learn to understand it. In understanding, freedom quietly appears. To take refuge in the Sangha is to remember that we do not walk this path alone. Whether through wise teachers, spiritual friends, or the countless practitioners across generations, the Sangha reminds us that awakening flourishes in community. Others encourage us when we grow weary, gently correct us when we lose our way, and celebrate the quiet victories that often go unseen. Just as a single candle can light another without losing its own flame, the wisdom of one heart naturally illuminates another. The ancient teachings describe these refuges as cleansing the three harmful paths that beings pursue. These paths are not only distant realms spoken of in tradition, they also describe states of mind we may recognize within ourselves. The path of hell appears whenever hatred consumes the heart. We experience it whenever anger burns so fiercely that peace seems impossible. The flames are not beneath our feet, they arise within our own thoughts. The refuge of the Buddha cools these fires by reminding us that wisdom can always replace hatred. The path of the Asura appears whenever endless competition, pride, jealousy, or the hunger for power dominate our lives. Even after achieving success, the restless heart still demands more. Nothing feels sufficient because comparison never ends. The Dharma gently reveals that contentment cannot be won through victory over others. True peace arises when we stop measuring ourselves against the world and instead awaken to gratitude for this very moment. The path of the beast appears whenever we live only through habit, instinct, or fear. We move from one desire to the next without reflection, forgetting the deeper purpose of our lives. We simply react rather than awaken. The Sangha lovingly calls us back to mindfulness, reminding us that every ordinary moment can become a step toward wisdom. The three refuges do not condemn these states, they illuminate them. They invite us to recognize them with honesty and compassion. Every time we return to the Buddha, we remember our capacity to awaken. Every time we return to the Dharma, confusion gives way to clarity. Every time we return to the Sangha, isolation gives way to connection. Perhaps taking refuge is less about escaping the world and more about learning how to live within it with an awakened heart. Each breath becomes a quiet return. Each act of kindness becomes a refuge. Each moment of mindfulness becomes a doorway through which suffering gradually loses its hold. May we return again and again to these three refuges, not as distant ideals, but as living companions upon our path. As their light grows within us, the paths of hatred, restless craving, and unconscious living gently fade away, revealing the peace that has always waited patiently beneath them. In this refuge, the Dharma illumines the heart, and the heart, at last, remembers its way home.
Begins to rise, calling me beyond the fear. Every step I thought was lost, every burden that I knew becomes another open gate, leading me back home to truth. Lay down hatred, lay down pride, lay down every place I hide. There is freedom waiting here. The path has always been so near. I take refuge in the Buddha, awakening my heart today. I take refuge in the Dharma, lighting every step I take. I take refuge in the Sangha. Together we become the way, from darkness into boundless light. We rise today. No more chasing empty power, no more feeding endless fire. What I sought outside myself has always lived within. The beats of fear grow calm again, the hunger fades away, the battles of the restless mind become compassion's flame. Every breath, every heartbeat, every soul, every sunrise opens another gate. I take refuge in the Buddha, awakening my heart today. I take refuge in the Dharma, lighting every step I take. I take refuge in the Sangha. Together we become the way, When the night has filled my eyes and I cannot see the way, a quiet light begins to rise, calling me beyond the fear. Every step I thought was lost, every burden that I knew becomes another open gate, leading me back home to truth. Lay down hatred, lay down pride, lay down every place I hide. There is freedom waiting here. The path has always been so near. I'll take refuge in the Buddha, awakening my heart today. I'll take refuge in the Dharma, lighting every step I take. I'll take refuge in the Sangha. Together we become the way, from darkness into boundless light. We rise today. No more chasing empty power, no more feeding endless fire. What I sought outside myself has always lived within. The beasts of fear grow calm again, the hunger fades away. The battles of the restless mind become compassion's flame. Every breath, every heartbeat, every soul, every sunrise opens another gate. I take refuge in the Buddha, awakening my heart today. I take refuge in the Dharma, lighting every step I take. I take refuge in the Sangha. Together we become the way, from darkness into boundless light. We rise today. We are more than yesterday, more than every fear we've named. Every kindness plants a seed, every moment helps us see the path is not some